Before we end, let's move on to Ire. Now, Ire, as I said earlier, is the section of the show where I sort of rant about something that's been on my mind lately. It can be connected to stuff that I've talked about earlier in the show, but it doesn't have to be. Today's is not connected to earlier things in the show. It's something that I've just been thinking about a lot lately because I recently watched the David McCullough Jr., I think is his name, graduation commencement speech at Wellesley High School, and it's become known as the You Are Not Special commencement speech, and I really encourage you guys to watch it. But it got a lot of hype from people like Rush Limbaugh and other avenues in the media as being a speech that is about why people are kind of shitty and aren't individuals and aren't special. And after listening to the speech, and I read the transcript a couple times, you can find it. You can just type the speech name and transcript in Google, and there's like 4 sites that are offering it for you to look at. I sort of realized that that's not really what that speech is about. The third bit of that speech, the final bit, the closing bit, is sort of about how you shouldn't be concerned with being an individual because that's not where the fruit of life is. And he poses like an alternative, and one of the things he poses in that alternative is something that I've actually, once he said it, I sort of realized I had a lot of trouble with this myself, and that was doing things for accolades' sake, like doing things because you think you're going to get something out of it, as opposed to just doing something because you love it. And I sort of heard that, and he talks about our generation, my generation, which is like, I was born in the late 80s, so whatever. I'm sure that's not the, cool, hip generation these days. But he started talking about our generation and the one below us, I guess, as this sort of being like our plague, our intellectual problem is that we're, too addicted to accolade and not enough to real passion. And it's only through real passion that anything you do is going to be worthwhile. And guys, I just want to tell you that, like, I don't know if this is so much of a rant as it is just an affirmation. Like, this hit me pretty fucking deep. This is awesome. This is the reason I'm doing the podcast. This, in conjunction with, there's this dude I went to high school with on Facebook. I don't know if he uses his real name, but on Facebook he calls himself Jizzy Harris, and he's got a YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I just want you guys to know about him if you're listening. Because I think what he's doing is just awesome. It's something chaos, the total chaos effect. That's his channel name, and he did a parody of "Call Me Maybe," that Carly Rae Jepsen bullshit song called "Get the Fuck Out My Way." That's about this dude driving and old people in front of him, and he wants them to get the fuck out of his way. And Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre randomly shows up in his backseat and just sits there. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, check it out. You can find it just by "Call Me Maybe" parody, parentheses, "Get the Fuck Out My Way," or "Get the F asterisk out my way" on YouTube. You can find him through that. But he put this up on Facebook, and I saw it in my feed, and I sort of went through his other videos. I know he did videos, and I sort of realized, like, this dude isn't doing this because it's going to get him anything. This dude's doing it because he fucking loves it. And so I was like, I'm going to get this podcast I've been thinking about for a while off the ground. I'm going to start spreading my fingers into YouTube and the sort of stuff that I've really been wanting to do for a while. And I'm not going to do it because it's going to give me anything. I'm going to do it because I really love talking about this shit. And I really love having conversations with people who love talking about this shit. So that's why I'm going to do it. And I would just encourage you guys all to go and listen to that speech. It's David McCullough Jr. at the Wellesley High School graduation commencement speech from this year 2012. You can also probably type in Google "You Are Not Special" commencement speech, and you'll find it at YouTube or something like that. Listen to it, read it, do whatever, and just, give me your feedback. I think the dude hit gold. I think the dude somehow managed to, like, pinpoint what my generation's greatest problem is right now. So I would love to hear your feedback on that. Guys, that is all I've got. This has been TMI, which is short for Tech Media Ire. My name is Joel Higgins. You can find me on Twitter. You can follow me at Twitter at Joel A. Higgins. That's my middle name, Austin. Joel A. Higgins. You can find me on Facebook. Just search for Joel Higgins. Hit me a friend request. Talk to me. Do whatever you want. You can find my blog at joelhiggins.wordpress.com. Like I said earlier, you can also find the articles I write for a living on slumpedover.com or tvice.com. That's TEVICE.com. Although that site, while it's sort of soft way up, again, doesn't launch until mid-August. Find my stuff on there, send me a message, comment, and if this does go well, and I'm hoping that it will, if you guys like what you're hearing, there will be more TMI stuff coming soon, not just podcasts, but I'll get a Facebook page up for us, I'll get a Twitter account up for us, I'll get a YouTube account up for us, and we will hit the ground running with TMI. Guys, I can't tell you how great it's been for me to have you here listening to me. Thank you for so much. Feel free to spread this podcast anywhere you can, and I will see you all next time.